Woo, it's a slow day today. Yeah, I wasn't going to come on for Labor Day weekend. I was not going to come on today. I was going to take the day off, but there's just so much to talk about that I felt like I had to at least lay it out there for you guys. So I lay it out for you all to play it out, as I say. Folks, intelligence agencies and sheriffs are being briefed right now on something that's imminent, that's coming. So just know that something's coming. I don't know what. Some kind of maybe attack, something on American soil. I'm not sure what it is. They're planning accordingly from my understanding, but a lot of them are being briefed right now. So I'm getting intel from Juan. I've talked to Sheriff Mack. I've talked to a few other people, the Ghost. Actually, I need to talk to the Ghost about this as well. But, you know, maybe some kind of event is getting ready to happen that may, they're going to use it for a reason to halt everything or make Kamala look more presidential, maybe insert her earlier into the White House. I don't know, but something's brewing, and I know we can all feel it. Folks, you can Venmo me 𝗑-Rod 1977, 𝗑-Rod 1977. If you see me talking funny today, I bit my lip, so it's like really swollen, and it sucks. It's like I'm gonna talk like a lip. I'm gonna talk with a lift, like Mike Tyson. Anyway, folks, get your books. When the lights go out on Amazon, leave an honest review. The Mexican Mix on Amazon as well, leave an honest review. Whoo! How about those Venezuelan gangs? I was here at Peter Piper Pizza for my nephew's birthday, and I saw some real shady characters walking around the parking lot. They had tattoos all over their face. I approached them and I said, "¿Dónde eres, güey?" And when they saw me, they kind of walked the other way. They beelined it real fast, but it was very, I don't know. My spidey senses are up, and I think all of yours should be as well. Lots of strange things getting ready to go down. I'm telling you, folks, a lot of stuff, a lot of weirdness in the air, right? It kind of feels like pre 9/11 type stuff. So I got myself a vape. Because supposedly the nicotine is really good for you. Now I have a new vice. But I don't know if I'm always going to be doing the vape. I'll probably just smoke cigars, wear a nicotine patch or something like that. But if you all saw the interview, I don't even like to say his name on FluffTube, but the doctor interview that I have up on Rumble. Folks, my Rumble, it's verified. A lot of people tell me, like, oh, we look for you here and there. We can't find. There's so many different David Rodriguez's. It's Nino's Corner on Rumble. I think I'm approaching 90,000. And it's verified. It has a little Rumble symbol next to it. That's how you know it's me. Folks, get your Noble Gold. I've had discussions with Juanito, Jim, Willie, everybody. As much as people want to back cryptocurrency, the sure, safe way to go is gold. Are you worried about the future of the U.S. economy? With so much uncertainty in the air, and we can all feel it right now, it's natural to fret about your security and your retirement savings. But there's one asset that stands the test of time, and that's gold. For centuries, gold has been the hedge against market volatility. I said it right that time. And economic instability. With a gold IRA from Noble Gold Investments, you can harness the power of precious metals to help protect your financial future. By rolling over your existing IRA and 401k into self-directed gold IRA, you can enjoy the potential for long-term growth and stability. Diversify your portfolio with tangible assets that have real value. Setting up your gold IRA has never been easier with Noble Gold Investments' streamlined process and expert guidance. This election year, don't let election volatility and uncertainty keep you up at night. Vote for timeless safety of gold and silver in 2024. Noble Gold Investments will give you up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or 10 silver American flag bar if you open up a qualified account. Go to NobleGoldInvestments.com now. NobleGoldInvestments.com. Get started. And let me set my ghetto timer. Ghetto timer. All right. Ghetto timer has been started. All right. So let's get into this. I promise I'll be giving you the details as I hear them of what's happening. As long as we're aware, it's going to have less of an impact, but we got to be aware and who's really behind this. Folks, Spotify's Nino's Corner. Please go to Spotify and start listening to my shows there. I think I'm tanking pretty bad on Spotify. Telegram is Nino's Corner. Go to Nino's Telegram and help me out there as well. Getter, Nino's Corner. True Social, David Rodriguez Boxer. Rumble, Nino's Corner. I think. Yeah. X, Nino Boxer. Nino Boxer on X. That's picking up. Instagram is Nino's Truth. I just did a live on there, and that the Nino's Truth is not the one that's heavily censored. The David Nino Rodriguez Boxer, the real long one, that's censored. But this one's verified. I'm important on Instagram. Patriotwear.com. Bing, right there. Get yourself some cool gear, hats, shirts, some socks, pero pantalones. No, I don't have any of that. I do have jumpsuits. I have some jumpsuits, things like that, things of that nature. NinosCorner.tv. Oh, I got some big stuff coming up, man. I got Naomi Wolf coming on. She was once a pretty hard, staunch Democrat liberal that's kind of flipped sides now. So it's going to be interesting to see her awakening process and hear her story about why she converted, why she switched over. And a lot of like what the Democrats say is they didn't leave the Democrats. The Democrats left them. They got so fucking radical. AOC. People like that. Oh, gosh. Daniel Brinkley is up right now on NinosCorner.tv talking about the 300,000 unaccounted for children that crossed the southern border. Where are they? Miss Kamala. Comrade. So, this is a big, big question we all need to be asking ourselves. The border czar should take responsibility for this. And Daniel Brinkley brings it up in the show. It's very good. And he also talks about her being installed before. Yes, I said it, before November. Could that happen? You all listen and you all make up your own conclusion on this one. So it's Daniel Brinkley. He's up at NinosCorner.tv right now. He's up. Usually I put him up after the shows, but he's up there right now. Ali Saratan is coming back on. Bo Pony, Laura Eisenhower, Mike King is coming back up. The Ghost, I got to get a hold of him. And doesn't it always sound like he's in like pain or like he has to take a shit? I like talking to the Ghost. I really do. But every time I'm talking to him on the phone, he's like, he's in a lot of pain. I had Ron Partain on last night on the on my YouTube, and I think we have some good discussions. I know a lot of you get pissed when I say, "Hey, I'm going to call it right here," or whatever. But when I end a podcast kind of abruptly, it's because I'm getting a call from a nurse or someone that I need to go up to the house to see my parents. Something happened, so sometimes when you see me cut a podcast short, understand I'm dealing with a heavy load right now, and my parents are both well into their upper 80s and dementia, seizures, the whole thing. So, and they have constant care with them. And so when I have to go up there, I have to get up there. So that's just the way it is. I don't know. It's been really tough. So when I end a show pretty abruptly, just understand that I'm having issues and I need to get going, or my back hurts. I have metal in my back. Wano Save It. I'm going to try to get him on maybe today or tomorrow, and that'll be on NinosCorner.tv as we approach the final stretch. We're in it now, the championship rounds. And let me just say this. You can see it everywhere. You can see it on the X posts, the surveys, the polls. We all know who's got this in the bag, don't we? We all know realistic numbers. It ain't even close, despite the MSN polls She's 5 points ahead. Oh my God, she's winning. She's winning amongst black women. All righty. Okay, good. You know, I can't wait. I really can't wait. And it's coming. And I've been told it's coming. The whole structure is going to get brought down. And that includes some of your favorite stations. Hopefully I don't go first. But, you know, this is a battle for your consciousness. And these networks, I don't believe are going to stand the test of time, especially when we the people get fed up. So that's just my opinion. All right, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. You guys think I could be a strip club DJ? I thought about that as a second career. I love doing that voice. Put your hands together. Yeah. Put your hands together for Ivy. Let her shake those nalgas. Gotta act like a real slime ball. Oh, yeah. And we gotta have some fun on a Monday morning. It's Labor Day. I don't have a life anymore, by the way. I don't have any friends anymore. You know, when I was drinking, I had a lot of friends. I don't really have friends anymore. When you cut out your vices, your friends kind of go with them. You're grossing me out. I'm so. Oh, yeah. Put your hands together. All right, folks. Might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy. Sure does feel like it, right? You know how you could tell it's the end of the world? What, like, if you want to see insanity, if you want to see absolute insanity at its best, look no further than a 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹 concert. A lot, and I got to give a lot of credit to Fred Durst for putting this guy on his Loserville tour, because the joke is on you. And here's what's fucked up about a 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹 song, as terrible as they are. They stick in your head. The comeback king. Ha! Oh, shit. Yeah, so 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹, if you want to see insanity, if you want to know that it is the end times, watch his, like, the fact that this dude is, I feel like when I watch 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹, I'm like, this guy's been famous since he was 3 years old. He's never had real proper connection with normal people. He's kind of like a societal outcast. He's kind of always been that alien kept away on the shelf, away from normal human connection. You know, he's been a child star, a successful child star for so long. And I think that he really believes he can play music, and he does have catchy little loops and I just, but it's just so bad. It's so bad. And I can't help. It's like a train wreck. I can't look away from it. I will give him props that I think I'm a fan, because I can't stop watching him. So I guess that would make me a fan. I guess I'm a 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹 fan. So with that being said, the joke is on me. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't be vaping, but I want to get my dose of nicotine. All right, folks. So, world in crisis. Massive protests take over Israel as Venezuelan gangs intimidate Americans, really. But that's not going to work too well for too long. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of hardcore patriots out there, veterans, that won't tolerate this shit. And once they get an eye for this and an ear for this, they're going to be like, not on my fucking watch. And they're really, they're going to understand. It's just going to get to a point where, Ron Pertain kind of disagreed with me. Yeah, I do see the LA area, San Francisco area, lost cause. I don't, there's certain hellholes in America that are just going to be, they're just going to be done, But I think certain suburban areas, you are going to see people band together, communities come together, and not tolerate this shit. You're going to see the real alpha males come out of their families, because you know what they're doing right now, right? The real men are about 35 and up, in my opinion. The guys that seen it all, they're not into this woke shit. They're all just kind of like over it. They're at their house just trying to enjoy their families. But when that gets interrupted and their peace gets interrupted, you better fucking believe they're going to be like, all right, fuck this. Time to get out there. Time to get out there and show them who's fucking boss. That's what's going to happen. And they're not going to take any shit. Americans don't take shit. How do you think this country... Let me tell you, folks, if you want to learn the real history, and I got to say this about America, look no further than the Indians. The Indians and the white pioneers in the 1800s. It was a constant war with the Comanches. If you know anything about the Comanche, Apache Indians, you really, if you don't know anything about this, you need to start going to certain channels on YouTube and watching about the Comanche Wars. How fucking ruthless the Comanches were. They were a serious fucking problem. And it's a lot like what we're seeing today, where we're like, no, the global order and all this shit. Let me tell you something, folks. The Comanches, the Indians saw this too, and they weren't sitting around smoking a fucking peace pipe, okay? They were out. They were like the cartels. They don't give a fuck. They had white men and white women and children paralyzed in fear, traumatized. These people, they were savages, the Comanche Indians. Go learn the true history about Texas, New Mexico, California. They didn't give up the land easy, okay? And they were fucking ruthless. You really got to learn the history. And it was a constant war. The 1800s, you couldn't travel more than 20 miles on horseback without coming across one of them. I mean, it was ruthless. I mean, that's really, you gotta really learn about the Comanche Wars with the settlers. It's an amazing brush up on your real history. So see, the history is always told by the winner. It's his story. But if you really learn about the Indians, they didn't take any shit. Okay, in fact, they couldn't be stopped. There's nothing. It was just the natural progress of the white man moving in that stopped him, and we killed all the buffalo. But we were losing consistently. So I would definitely go learn about the Indian and cowboy wars. Very, very interesting stuff, especially Texas history. True Texas history. A lot of you think, well, what about the Alamo? We won the Alamo. We had a consistent problem with the Comanche Indians. All right, folks. So it's all coming right now on time, isn't it? It's all on time, folks. 6 hostages were killed in Gaza. And now Israel is erupting with protests. Pro-Palestine protests are happening here in America. Oh, that makes sense. We're funding Israel. We bring all the Palestinians here in America. How is that working out for us, huh? How is that really working out for us? We bring them all here, and then we fund their mortal enemy. And now, due to the wide open border, we have Venezuelan gangs busting down doors within America without a care in the world about law and order. And who's responsible? Come on. The borders are. Seems all orchestrated, right? I mean, it all seems planned out for a time such as this. I would say so. The takedown of America is happening in real time, and we're watching it, at least the plans for it to be. As this crisis heads into an economic freefall or a black swan event, will our infrastructure be crippled? Our power grid be brought down? Mass shootings? A terrorist attack? Civil unrest? Civil war? All of the above? I don't think we get to civil war, but there's going to be some damage done. It's like we're going into a head-on collision with a wall or a Mack truck. It's going to get bad. It's going to be bad. But, you know, I told Ron the other day, and I think that every now and then I say something that's pretty epic. And a lot of people out there are black-pilled, right? You may consider yourself black-pilled. But what's the difference between a red pill and a black pill? Well, to me, faith. Black-pilled people have no faith. I think it's a void of God. I would be very much black-pilled if I didn't believe in God. But I believe in humanity. I believe in God. And so that therefore, makes me not black-pilled. I am very much red-pilled. Maybe I'm purple sometimes. But I have faith, and I believe we're going to get through this. And it would be like, how would a fighter do in a match if I was always like, oh, man, I'm going to get my ass kicked. This guy's too tough. I'm not going to even fucking train. You lose. But no, I know I'm going in against a tough son of a bitch. A lot of them are knuckle draggers. And I would just say to myself, well, fuck it. Here we go. I trained hard, and I have faith in myself. I have faith in God. And every time I got in the ring, I made the sign of the cross mainly to show people that my faith is in God. I'm willing to die in here. I'm willing to die. If you've watched any of my fights, I put it all on the line. Hey, have I been knocked out? Yep. But I'll tell you one thing. My fights were always very exciting. I come to fucking fight. I come to fight. And nobody can ever take that away from me. But I lost at the end of my career when I was a few steps slower. A lot of you have heard me call out Jake Paul. Look, that would be a dream for me. If that guy actually cherry picked me, I'd be like, oh, fuck. Looks like I'm getting myself off the couch. And I'm going to go train. Boxing's changed. The whole industry, UFC, boxing, mainly boxing. I'm going to watch a Canelo Berlanga fight, but it's like he's cherry picking everybody. I can't really get behind it anymore. Doesn't it seem like the whole world is just fighting with each other? Just everyone's fighting. And no matter what genre, no matter what industry, everyone's at each other's throats. Everyone's starting shit. Everyone's fighting. Keep that in mind because it's in the air. It's in the air. We all feel that anxiety. We all feel that tension. We all can't afford bread, beans, rice, tuna, cereal, eggs, bacon. Something's up. So many of my guests say it's not about if, but when this comes. And it's going to be about who owns the day once the shit hits the fan. So once this shit hits the fan, who owns the day? Who's going to take control after this shit hits the fan? So that means to me, the shit's going to hit the fan, but who controls the shit after it hits the fan? Does that make sense? I don't know. So I believe the party is just beginning. The show's just about to start. Now, I will say that I do feel, don't get angry, but you sound like Ryan Garcia when you talk about God and cuss at the same sentence. Yeah, I'm fucking sorry about that. That's who I am, so get fucking used to it. I can believe in God and use cuss words like fuck all the time. So you're not going to tell me about my faith. Get the fuck out of here. Whoever said that, get him out of here. I don't like to be judged. Do you know what the worst thing is? Is when someone proclaims Jesus and they proclaim God and then they start judging people. Fuck you. All right, so take them out of here. All right. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. All right, folks. Massive protest hit Israel after 6 hostages. Oh, you can't cuss. That's just not. Oh, my gosh. You got to go to church and you got to give all your money to the pastor so he can buy a nice car and a nice watch and fly on his private plane. Don't you know I sit at home and I give all my money to Jesus, to thieves for Jesus? Yeah. Who's the sucker? Jerusalem, massive protest swept Israel on Sunday following the death of 6 hostages in Gaza as frustration mounted over the failure of the country's leadership to secure a ceasefire deal that would free Israel captives. Crowds estimated by Israel media to number up to 500,000 strong demonstrated in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and other cities, demanding that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu do more to bring home the remaining 101 hostages, about a third of whom Israel officials estimate have died. So when you really look into this, folks, you know who, and anybody telling you anything else, they're fucking lying to you. They're lying to you. These countries are used as proxies by the hand that maneuvers everything. I'm not going to go into it too much here. These for Jesus should be a shirt, huh? Nino, how do you do it to be such a ready bear? I don't know what the hell that means. Bye, Nino. Bye. See ya. Bye. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. One thing you won't stop me from being is myself, okay? You won't stop that because I don't give a shit. So the bodies of hostages have been, I got a nice little buzz on that one. Forensic examination determined they were murdered by Hamas terrorists in a number of shots at close range, 48 to 72 hours previously, an Israeli health ministry spokesperson said. Netanyahu faces growing calls to end nearly 11 months of war with a deal. So this means that now they're just going to ramp up the war. So this hostage situation, all this means is, yes, we got a reason. Let's go for it. Let's go all in. We need more money. We need more money, America. Oh, you can't afford bacon? You can't afford eggs? That's no problem. We need the money. Give us the money. Innocent people are dying. You owe your allegiance to Israel. Trump film The Apprentice set for U.S. premiere Saturday. Trump team calls it interference. And you know what? So you got to think about this. Obviously, Hollywood is in on this. So they're going to bash Mr. T anytime they can, any chance they get. And we know they're sending out all the propaganda. So the movie about the GOP presidential nominee Donald Trump is now scheduled to hit American theaters in October, just 1 month before the 2024 election. So all the liberals out there are going to go out there and watch him and be like, oh, my God, he is so bad. We'd rather have Kamala. Oh, yeah, we can't take this. He's too mean. His tweets are mean. His tweets are just angry. He's so mad all the time. We can't have this. Who cares if he wants to better America? Who cares if things are going to get cheaper? Who cares if we're going to drill for oil here? We want nuclear war. This guy's an animal. He's crazy. He wants to stop the war. How dare you get him in on the presidency? We don't want him. We can't have him. He's mean. He's not a good guy. He says mean stuff. And you know what? I don't like my feelings hurt. I don't like to be offended. The film portrays Trump as a powerful businessman. Really? So that's looked down upon, someone who succeeds in America and isn't that the American dream? Shouldn't we aspire to be like this guy? Don't you want your kids to be successful like this man? Or no. I want them to go to their indoctrination camps, and I want them to be good little children and grow up to be passive little bitches. There's also a scene in the movie showing Trump racing. Oh, never mind. His first wife doing bad things. You know what? I can't say it on FluffTube, but starts with an R. His first wife, Ivana Trump, who is played by 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶. The former president has threatened to file a lawsuit against the film to address the blatantly false assertions from these pretend filmmakers, according to the Associated Press. I don't think anyone's going to fall for it, but you never know. So The Apprentice is coming out, and I'll give it a thumbs down. Who needs to watch this shit? We know where it's coming from. All right. Trump backs marijuana legalization in Florida if done correctly. Love you, Nino. I've been listening for like 3 years. I feel like you and the family have grown so much. Much love to everyone here. Thank you very much. Love you back. Former President Donald Trump is expected a ballot measure in Florida to legalize marijuana to pass in a new Truth Social post, but called on the state legislature to create laws to prevent the use of the drug in public. In Florida, like so many other states that have already given their approval, personal accounts of marijuana will be legalized for adults with amendment free. The former president wrote, adding, whether people like it or not, this will happen through the approval of the voters. So it should be done correctly. We need the state legislature to responsibly create laws that prohibit the use of it in public spaces, so we do not smell marijuana, smell marijuana everywhere we go. I agree with that, like we do in so many democratic cities. So I like the smell of pot. I'm not gonna lie, I like the smell of it. I just don't like to smoke it. I get paranoid, and I just kind of, my mind goes into some really dark places, which a lot of people are like, how is that possible? I don't know. It's never agreed with my system. The chemistry of it just kind of, my chemistry is just very sensitive, so I kind of, I don't like it so much. Trump framed his position on one consistent with his Make America Safe Again agenda, writing that criminalizing marijuana would be a waste of taxpayer dollars, arresting adults with personal amounts of it on them. I agree with that. You're not going to stop it. There's so many people now using it, and for me personally, I don't care if someone smokes it or not. It doesn't bother me at all. The marijuana ballot measure, if passed, would allow adults 21 years and older to possess, purchase, or use marijuana products and marijuana accessories for non-medical personal consumption. The state Supreme Court ruled in April to allow the measure on the 2024 ballot. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I don't think it's such a bad thing. I don't know. Just my opinion. Harris says Trump disrespected sacred ground at U.S. military cemetery. Seth Amundsen. Thank you so much, Seth. Wow, that's a big one. Thank you. Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris said Saturday that her Republican rival, Donald Trump, disrespected sacred ground at a U.S. military cemetery after reports that his campaign team pushed a staff member during a politicized visit. Trump's cemetery visit, intended to provide a campaign boost ahead of November's election, has instead mushroomed into a public dispute between the former president and the military. Really? Thank you, way down south. I love you've been watching you on Nino's Corner and have 40. Wow, thank you very much. Thank you. Is there anybody new here, by the way? New here, can you put a thumbs up on the chat there? If you're new here, I may be a little rough around the edges. I understand that. I know I speak my mind kind of bluntly. So give a thumbs up if you're new here. Professor Fate, thank you very much. Welcome to the family. Hopefully you get addicted. Monique Jennings, nice to see you. That one John dude. Oh, I've seen you before, that one John dude. I see you all the time. Sandra Love, welcome to the family. Everyone here giving thumbs up. Thank you. First chat, His Highness. Amy Fent, King Mystic. Love you guys. Welcome, folks. Harris says we cannot have the disrespect. At least a guy showed up to the cemetery. And if you guys know, they say that you can't put a wreath. Now, I'd like to be corrected here if I'm wrong here, and I just heard this the other day. Is it true that you cannot? Now, I don't know if this is true, so you guys may need, Jimmy, welcome. I may need my fact checkers, my Nino Knights, to check this out, but don't you have to be commander-in-chief to put a wreath on a military cemetery or something like that? Is there something with that? Because I heard there is. Katie Gray, welcome. Can you guys clarify for this? Kelly Torres, nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. So is that true? I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if yeah, he does respect the military. He does. Holly Curry, thank you. Yeah, it must be. So am I right about that? Tara Eggers says yes, must be CIS. So I don't know about this. There's the mid-roll. All right, folks, I know a lot of you are going to bail on me, but don't. If you suffer from any type of daily pain, I need you to listen to this message very carefully. What we know about the root cause of pain is changing forever. As we age, aches and pains are natural, and we're all searching for effective ways to relieve pain without side effects and addiction. Let's be frank. We've all seen the horrors of the opiate crisis. You may have been affected personally. I see the super chat right there. Thank you. And that's where a pioneering medical scientist comes in, Clint Winters. You may have seen this world-renowned health expert featured in the national media as he's unveiled a natural pain reliever that is taking the world by storm. Yes, I'm talking about Canoladine, the 100% drug-free way to get full-body pain relief without dangerous pills. As you read this, as you listen to this, Canoladine has become the go-to pain reliever for over 1 million Americans and hundreds of professional athletes, folks. It is so powerful, it was even used extensively by UFC fighters, and those guys know a thing or two about managing pain. Now get this. Clint explains how Canoladine is the only compound on earth that optimizes your body's natural painkillers called endorphins at any age. When taken daily, your body will fire back to relieving pain like you're in your prime in just days. And let me tell you, I was skeptical, but it works. I've tried virtually everything, and I have not felt this great in years. It's like all my daily aches and pains just faded away. My back, my neck, my joints, and my muscles all feel great and renewed. I take it every day. Best of all, Canoladine does not make me feel the least bit groggy or drugged up. I feel great, alert, and focused to take on the day ahead. And the best news is Canoladine has no documented side effects for over 14 years of testing. Hear me when I say this. Canoladine is absolutely the future of pain relief. So if you're dealing with pain, make sure you click on the link below and check out Clint's amazingly informative report on 100% American-made Canoladine. The innovation is changing lives by providing safe and powerful relief at 1/10 the cost of pain pills. Now, here is the best part. When you click on the link below today, you can access the only Canoladine product in the world for less than $1 a day. So you're just days away from from beating the pain forever. Try Canoladine risk-free for 90 days. You have nothing to lose. Try Kono.com/Nino now and see for yourself, folks. I try to make these commercials entertaining. So let's get back into this. So you're telling me that Harris says that Mr. T is disrespecting the cemetery, the military cemetery, yet she's disrespected our entire country by leaving the fucking borders wide open so Venezuelan gangs can come here and run amok. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. I get your point, liberals. I get it now. Okay. So, yeah, he can't do that. He cannot go show respect for fallen soldiers. He has to leave the borders open. That's respect. That's respect. Everyone gets to come here unvetted. Come on in. Harris doesn't get convention bounce. She didn't get the convention bounce. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for all you do, Nino. Thank you. Harris doesn't get the convention bounce, but widens gap within women. So with women, Kamala Harris has maintained her advantage over Donald Trump on personal attributes and broadly is seen as running the better presidential campaign in a new ABC News polls post. With comparative doubts about Trump's campaign and his base and the political center alike. The race between them remains close. It's a close one. It's so close. Let me tell you. Oh, boy. Harris is now widening the gap. Ooh, she's ahead. Woo-hoo. In fantasy unicorn fuckland and fantastical fuckland. She's ahead. Where pigs fly and hell has frozen over. Trump too was bounce free after his convention in July, indicating the locked-in nature of their highly polarized contest as it enters its final 2 months. You all believe this? Do you guys believe? Well, the gig is up. We all know. I like to read these articles. I like to bring them to you so you all see the horse shit. Okay, that's all it is. Oh boy. Nino is the honey badger. Honey badger don't give. You're right. That's what my friends used to call me. That just shows you how self-destructive I used to be. And I used to get away with shit all the time. Yeah. That was a nickname my friends gave me, the honey badger. The honey badger. Don't give a shit. And don't give a fuck. All right. She maintains her lead. Yet they try to censor him, assassinate him, and throw him in jail. What do they have to worry about? Nothing. Nah, they're not worried. They're not worried, folks. She's in the lead. So why is all this happening to him? What's the problem? If she's in the lead, gee, I don't understand. I mean, 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4. I don't understand this. So if she's in the lead, why are they censoring him, trying to bop, 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 and why are they throwing him in jail? By the way, I'm going to have 𝗂𝗍𝗂 on to talk about, is he going to jail or not in September 18th, my birthday, by the way. Holy shit, I'm getting old. It's right at your, like, I think it's about 40. You're like, holy shit, I'm 40. But once you hit about 42, 43, you're like, oh, wow. Yeah, this is not fun and games anymore. I am going to that place. Like, we're all headed to the same place, and it's kind of scary, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think about it quite often, especially now that I'm seeing my parents in that last little twilight phase of their life. I can't help but think of my own life. I don't know. Protests escalate in Israel. I already read this, but this is another article. In Israel, after 6 hostages' bodies were recovered in Gaza. So Israel's reached with shock and fury Sunday after the bodies of 6 more hostages were recovered by the military from Gaza, with Israeli authorities saying they were killed by their captors in recent days. Hundreds of thousands of protesters took part in the nationwide demonstration Sunday night, and Israel's largest labor union called for general strike on Monday, threatening to shut down the country until Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu agrees to deal with Hamas to return the remaining captives. Looks like shit's about to hit the fan, doesn't it? I'm 67, and some days it feels like it. Yeah, Mama Gonzalez. I have friends that are in their 60s, and I always have very good in-depth intellectual conversations with them. Those conversations that I can't have with my younger friends that are still like in their 30s. Although I do have some friends in their 30s that are very deep. I have a few. I don't hang out with anybody that cannot have a really in-depth conversation. If you see my podcast, I'm like a child. I always want to know what's going on. I may approach things like a kid, and ask a lot of like amateur style type of questions, but I feel like we all kind of ask those questions in our minds. We just don't want to look stupid, but don't worry. Just leave that to me. I'll look stupid. I'll look stupid for you. Really, whatever question pops in my head on a podcast, I ask it because I know half my audience is thinking the same thing, so I just ask it. Ukraine unleashes kamikaze drones across Russia, hitting Moscow oil depot in biggest air raid of war in blow for Putin. Russia has suffered its biggest ever air raid in the war so far as Ukraine fights back with kamikaze drones in a series of onslaughts across the country. Ukraine strikes a Moscow oil refinery in massive drone barrage. So Ukraine struck a major oil refinery in Moscow and other targets across Russia in one of its largest aerial barrages since the start of the Russian invasion, expanding a campaign of drone attacks on energy facilities and further highlighting the vulnerability of strategic infrastructure deep inside Russia. I've been told that we should be looking out for drone strikes here. That's just what I've been told. I don't know anything about it. I just know that we should be looking for that. Drones can be a serious problem, folks. Raytheon has agreed to pay $200 million civil penalty for allegedly exporting U.S. defense technology to China. One of the instances involved providing Chinese citizens information about an aluminum display housing component of the F-22 Raptor fighter aircraft in Shanghai. Monkeypox boogeyman fears as thousands infected with disease in just one Brazilian city. Thousands of kids, right on time, huh? Right on time. Thousands of cases of monkeypox have been recorded in one day in South America. Local reports say 1,260 people have had the disease in the Brazilian city of Rio de Janeiro since 2022. According to the municipal health department, a total of 3,800 reports of transmission have been made, with 7 new confirmed cases in August this year. You better watch out, folks. It's coming. Right on time. X goes offline in Brazil. How coincidental, right? This is all happening in Brazil, but yet X gets kicked out of there. So X goes offline in Brazil after Elon Musk's refusal to comply with local laws. One of the world's most popular social networks, X, has gone offline in Brazil, the country with the 5th largest digital population, after Elon Musk's refusal to comply with local laws meant it was blocked by the Supreme Court. Millions of Brazilian X users found themselves unable to access the network on Saturday morning as internet providers and mobile phone companies began to enforce the ban. When The Guardian, well, I shouldn't have said that, but tried to access the network on its computer and mobile phone and received a message reading, "Seems like you lost connectivity. We'll keep retrying." You know what's weird is my phone has gotten rid of one app, my Pandora app. Like, it just wiped everything off my Pandora app. I was like, what the hell is this? It's really weird. Like, all of a sudden my Pandora just disappeared. Like, I can't listen to the fucking music I want to listen to. So now I had to create a whole new station. I don't know how the hell that happened. And then weird. And then I got like airdropped all these photos in my phone. I was like, what is this shit? And so, like, I don't know, folks. There's some weird shit going on. I was like, I called Juanito afterwards. I go, do I have to be concerned about this? Because all of a sudden I got airdropped some photos of something happening in Chicago. And I was like, what is this? What the fuck is going on here? Weird stuff. I don't know. We'll be 60 this year, and I feel it. Never thought I would. You know what's weird for me is my sister, who passed away, would be 60. She would have been 60 this last May. And I could still picture her and see her so clearly. Patrice, I love you. I still and always will love you. She was supposed to be 60 in May. So, and I could picture her at 60. That's what's so weird, is that I just picture my sister, Patrice. I could totally imagine her at 60 years old. Huge fireball sparks panic as it streaks over American states. But what was it? I'm buffering. More than 200 people across several states, including Ohio, the Carolinas, and Tennessee, among others, filed reports of a bright fireball in the sky at 9:45 p.m. on Thursday, according to NASA Media Watch. The very bright firewall was a meteor that disintegrated 30 miles above 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗹, Kentucky, near Bowling Green. The breakup of the meteor unleashed the equivalent of 10 tons of TNT worth of energy, which caused a pressure wave that some Americans heard as it traveled to the ground. This wave is responsible for the noises heard by some eyewitnesses, the organization said. The fireball was roughly 20 inches in diameter. That's it. Weighed 400 pounds. Wow. Traveled at 51,000 miles per hour and was produced by a meteoroid, according to NASA. I love talking to flat earthers about this. Like, what are meteors? Well, they never really get. I can't remember what they say it is, because I'm just like I just kind of zone out. The death of Hollywood, folks. The death of Hollywood. Well, at least the death of the Hollywood movie star. But there's still some kind of lingering around like an old fart, like Tom Cruise. There's other stars that they still think they're so important. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. The death of Hollywood movies, the death of icon celebrities and movie stars. Is that what's happening? It seems to me like everything's shifted into influencers, and now everyone's a celebrity. Narcissism is at its highest ever. Everyone thinks they're important, even if they have, like, no matter how many fucking followers you have, you're not important, okay? You're not. You're just not. And your ego is an illusion. Everything's an illusion. And we all get old, and Father Time is undefeated. And I think that's what affects movie stars so much. I was watching something on Jim Carrey where he's like, depression is deep. Another word for depression is deep rest. And I think he says a lot of phenomenal stuff, very prophetic. I like Jim Carrey, but, when you really think about it, these people, that's got to be the hardest for them, right? The people in Hollywood that like start getting older and they're not really wanted in movies anymore. And I know from me retiring from boxing, I have kind of a death of identity. My soul feels like it died in boxing. So, yeah, he says depression is deep rest, which means that a deep rest of self that, I don't know. You got to go listen to him talk about it. So, 𝗷𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 says Hollywood is starting to crumble creatively while smoking cigar at Venice press conference. Movies are no longer the dominant art form. So, 𝗷𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, I don't even know who this guy is, doubled down on his thoughts about the current state of the film industry at a Venice press conference on Saturday, saying that we're starting to see Hollywood crumble creatively. Because it's so locked in on convention. As he puffed on a cigar, causing a smoke to invade the conference room, Corinne, seated next to his designer, 𝗬𝗏𝗏, and a neon green masked Jesper Noé, waxed lyrical how the industry is misusing its youth. Yeah, I'll say. I think it's been misusing its youth for a very long time. Hollywood needs to encourage. They don't need to, but they would be smart to encourage the youth and the kids. Why weren't starting to see Hollywood crumble creatively is because they're losing a lot of the most creative minds to gaming and streaming, he said. They're so locked in on convention, and then all those kids who are so creative are now just going to find other pathways and go to other places because movies are no longer the dominant art form. I agree with that. Hey, everybody, give my moderators a thumbs up. Somewhere in time. Champ, born Vegas, pro showgirl, not stripper. DJT, my boss, 2 years, dealt high end blackjack, likes Dana White. Love ya, chat. Ask anything, 58 granny. Love you. Bless. Oh, wow. Bless you. Love Vegas. I'm going back to Vegas pretty soon. I'm going back to Vegas. I'm putting it on black. I'll just do that. I'll just walk by a table and I'll put money on black and just walk away and just see what happens. Majority of the time, I walk away with my thumb up my ass. But when I'm on a winner's streak, there's nothing that can stop me. Rapper 𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗂𝗏 dead at 53 years old after collapsing at concert in Connecticut. A lot of people are just dying all of a sudden, huh? Rapper 𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗂𝗏, the New York City musician who became popular after his tune "Be Faithful." I don't even remember this song. Do you guys remember this song? How come I can't visualize this guy? 𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗂𝗏. Who is this guy? The New York City musician who became popular after his tune "Be Faithful" became a 90s club favorite. Be Faithful has died after he collapsed mid-performance during a free concert in Connecticut, according to a report. Wow, he was 53 years old. You guys know who 𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗂𝗏 is? The New York-born artist, whose real name is Isaac Freeman III, was heading to the Green and Gold Party in Handon, Connecticut, when he suffered a medical emergency, according to the local official. So, video posted to social media captured the shirtless Freeman hyping up the crowd at Town Center Park as he stepped up to the DJ booth's platform and then collapsed out of the audience's view. That's sad. I mean, if there's a way to go, though, a sudden thing like that, I guess, is the best way, right? I don't know. I just I feel if there's a way to go, man, a sudden just pop. That's it, you know. Let's get to what the fuck news. In what the fuck news, this is crazy. A homeless couple was filmed having sex in a parking lot under New York City's FDR Drive. A new low for the city. These bums were in no rush. Oh, gosh. So, according to this, a parking lot beneath the FDR Drive just steps away from the East River Greenway, where kids walk to school and locals train for marathons, has descended into a hotbed of homeless sex. Repugnant X-rated footage obtained by the Post shows. On August 22nd, thank you very much for the Nino. Remember that the old lady saying fuck, fuck, fuck when the meeting you had in the hotel lobby in Mesquite, Texas? Hello, that was me. Hey, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I remember you. On August 22nd, from the late afternoon rush hour through nightfall, a bearded man repeatedly bumped uglies with a pantless woman lying atop a gray mattress situated next to a bike and parked tractor trailer, a trip the video shows. So, a couple having sexual intercourse on the sidewalk was a new low for the city for me. An aghast 34-year-old local who recorded the interaction told the Post, wait, it's a new low for you, but you recorded it? You're sitting there recording it? Added that the shocking sight, combined with the July fatal stabbing of East 14th Street near Avenue A, has him considering moving to the Upper West Side. My sister used to live in the Upper West Side. Actually, I want to say happy birthday to my sister, 𝗬𝗏. Happy birthday, 𝗬𝗏. I won't say how old you are, but today's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear 𝗬𝗏. Happy birthday to you. I won't say your age. Oh. So a fatal stabbing on East 14th Street near Avenue A has him considering moving to the Upper West Side. You live in this really beautiful community in Stoytown, Peter Cooper, on the outskirts. It's a third world country, he said. I've lost track of the amount of people shitting on the sidewalk, screaming for help on the sidewalk. During a recent visit to the site, I observed a homeless couple lingering near a tent and sharing a cigarette while a vagrant violently chucked an Arsenal can as well as a neck pillow from his collection of soiled belongings. Locals bemoaned the daylight debauchery as a symptom of the area's decay, particularly given how close it is to the waterfront pathway, which is regularly used by bikers and joggers, as well as families out for a stroll. Imagine with your kids. You're with your kids and you see this happen. I remember there was a time, folks, like when I was walking down the Monica Pier, the Santa Monica Pier, there were so many people yelling and screaming and kicking shit, like they've lost their fucking minds. I remember that wasn't, whatever happened to like keeping your parks clean and taxpayers, the people that pay for the parks, were allowed to take their families there without having to worry. If you saw something like that, you called the police. And they came and took those people that were screaming and berating you and assaulting you and took them to jail. Now, they're just whatever. Let them just go do whatever. There was a time in America, I remember, that you wouldn't see two homeless people fucking on the sidewalk. I remember actually, that wasn't too long ago. You'd actually be able to call a police and they would come and arrest both of them for indecent exposure. That used to be a thing. I don't know. I remember that time in America. New York is getting bad with homeless people having sex in public, said dog walker Tiffany. I mean, what about your kids, man? What about kids? You're walking with your kids, you're pushing a stroller, and there's two homeless people having sex. What if your kid asks you, Mom, what the hell's going on? Dad, what is that? You have to explain that to him or her? New York is getting bad with homeless people having sex in public, said dog walker Tiffany Opio, 30, who recalled recently seeing a homeless man receiving oral sex from a woman near East 14th Street and 5th Avenue. It's dangerous if you're having sex in public. Something is wrong in your mind, she added. It's a scary thing. People are more concerned about homeless guys having sex than having something to eat, said banker Rodrigo Camara, 23. Of course, there's let me guess. You're a liberal. Oh, that's okay. But is he hungry? One homeless woman who claimed to have seen the couple in action scrunched her face when recalling the carnal activity. Some people have no class. You think they care about class? Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you have to act that way. The NYPD did not receive any complaints without public sex on August 22nd. That's what, I don't know. What do the police do these days? They just have donuts? What do they really do? What do they do? I'm curious. What do you guys do now? Oh, I know. You give tickets. You give tickets. That's what you do. You're tax collectors. I remember there was a time when police actually did police work. Things are changing, but you know what? I'm going to tell you now, they're going to go back to the way they were because people are tired of this shit. They aren't all bad. I'm not saying they're all bad. So, folks, I'm going to be on Nino's Corner.tv. Danny and Brinkley is up there right now with an epic, awesome podcast. I'm telling you, folks, that's a place to be. If you want the news before it's the news, I'm bringing the pain hardcore to the brain. All right, folks, I'm out of here. I don't really have shit to do today. I think I'm going to take the day off. I might go for a jog on the treadmill. I remember when I used to run a 6:48-minute mile. I used to run 3 miles in just under 21 minutes when I was boxing. Now, I'm running, pero I don't know, about an 11-minute mile. I'm taking my time. Sancho takes his time. All right, folks, I'm out of here. I'll see you Wednesday. By the way, Friday I won't be here. I have to leave town. But I will be here Wednesday. But Friday I will not. But I will be back on Monday. Thank you very much. I'm signing out. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting. Folks, no, I don't do drugs. I took an IV. I don't want you all to start thinking crazy shit. I'm not that depressed. Okay. I had an IV and they fucked up. But I got my vitamins. I got my trace minerals. I got my B vitamins. I got my amino acids. I feel pretty damn good. I got my glutathione. I feel pretty damn good. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Later.